Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Tennessee Association of Collegiate Registrar and Admissions Officers Virtual College Fair, and thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A feature on your screen to communicate with our presenters. Your camera and microphone are both off, so our panelists cannot see nor hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to sign up for more. And last but not least, if you would like to access this recording in the future, it will be available in a few days at strivescan.com/Tennessee. And with that being said, I'd love to turn it over to our first presenter. So if our presenter from Lincoln Memorial University could join us, please.
Hello, thank you for having us and thank you for attending. I am Candace Brogan with Lincoln Memorial University. I am going to quickly share our PowerPoint with you. So hold on one moment. Okay. All right. Okay. There we go. So Lincoln Memorial University is located in Harrogate. We actually have a few other campuses located in Knoxville, Tennessee, Ewing, Virginia, and also in Tampa, Florida. If you are interested in any of those particular areas, please let me know. Also, I always ask for students to feel free to screenshot anything you may see on my presentation. My contact information will also be at the end of this slide. So we will go ahead and get started. We are accredited. I always want to make sure that our students know that we are fully accredited and have this information ready for them. Also want you to know that we are a university, but we do offer associate degrees. So wanted to make sure you have that available to you as well. These are all of our bachelor degree programs that we do have available to you. Please note that all of the ones with the stars next to them, you may complete as a teacher certification. Going forward, we do have some pre-professional tracks and we do have some graduate programs that you may be interested in. And we do also have a GPA program now that is available to students looking to come into LMU and go as an undergrad and then go into our pre-professional or programs, go into our graduate programs, our professional programs, receiving that terminal degree as well. So these are a list of some of our professional programs that we do have available. Things that you do need to know about becoming an LMU student. Here would be the application process that you do need to complete in order to be an LMU student. It's very quick, easy, and it is totally free. This is where you'll actually apply on our website. And this is, you'll click new user and then sign up in those empty fields there. This is our guaranteed acceptance policy. Now, if you do not meet this criteria, that is okay. We can definitely review you, but this is just to give you an idea of guaranteed acceptance. We do have residential life, just different things that we do provide here on the campus. Lots of different clubs and organizations. We also have several different housing options, as you see here on your screen. You do submit an application app and a deposit. That deposit's about $200 that you'll just pay for that dorm room. So this is our student life, all of our different clubs that we do have available to you. I'll give you a quick second to look at that. Then, of course, we do have several different activities that we do every single month. There's something different each time, each month, and we're very proud that we do make sure that we have as much fun as possible. Here are the different services that we do provide on the campus or any of the others that I've mentioned before. And then, of course, we want to talk really quickly about financial aid. So, of course, we will assist you in filling out your FAFSA. We will go through each and every avenue that you will need in order to get that done. Here's a few tips that we will tell you about once you do apply to LMU, help assist you getting that FAFSA completed. Sometimes it can be a little daunting. This is our scholarships that we do have available to you. So I'll let you review that really quickly. And then of course, this is the last part of my slide. This is my contact information. I'm going to leave this up for a minute so you can screenshot it or grab your phone and take a picture. That way that you can contact me after this, and I will be more than glad to assist you. And at this time, I will send it over to the next representative.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Candice. For those of you that are joining us, just remember that you can use the Q&A feature to ask our presenters any questions at any time. So just feel free to plug in your questions there. And with that being said, I'd love to turn it over to our next presenter. So if Walter State Community College can join us, please.
Hi there, everyone. My name is Carrie Wilson, and I am from Walter State Community College. I'm not going to be sharing a PowerPoint this evening. I'm just going to go over some general information for everyone, and then I'll give you my contact information at the end. That way you can reach out to me if you need anything at all. So again, as I said, my name is Carrie Wilson. I'm the Enrollment Development Specialist here at Walter State, and we have over 150 different programs that our students can choose from. So we definitely want to help you find just the perfect fit for you. So with that being said, we have between 5,500 to 6,000 students across our 4 campus sites. So our 4 campus sites include Morristown, which is our main campus. So some of the main programs that we have here are going to be physical therapy assistant, also agriculture. Walter State is one of the few community colleges to have an agriculture program to the extent of what we have. So we do have a greenhouse. We also have our expo center really close to Interstate 81, where we do rodeos and so many other things. Our Greenville location, also known as our Niswonger campus, offers occupational therapy assistant. Our police academy is also there, so that's a really great certification if you're looking to go into law enforcement. And also our respiratory therapy program is held there too. Next up would be our Sevierville campus. At Sevierville, we have our culinary arts program. So of course, our culinary arts program is based out of there. So we can help our students go out and get internships and things like that in the many different restaurants that is available in Sevier County and Pigeon Forge. Also, makes sense, hospitality is also there. We have a wonderful hospitality program that also partners up to offer internships and everything as well. Surgical technology is also offered at our Sevierville campus. And then we also have a campus located in Claiborne. So we have several different options. We have certificates, which take roughly a year. We have AS degrees and AA degrees, which those transfer to the other 4-year universities that are joining us here tonight. And we also have Associate of Applied Science degrees. So the Associate of Applied Science degrees are those that are helping you gear up and get ready to go directly into the workforce. With that being said, a lot of people want to know, how could they pay for some of these degrees? When it comes to our financial aid, we have one scholarship form here for Walter State that puts you in the pot for all of our foundation scholarships. We also have a scholarship if you do some of our dual enrollment classes, that it's a guaranteed scholarship. So if you do 4 dual enrollment classes and you keep a B average, you get a guaranteed $1,000 per semester. If you also have a 3.7 high school GPA and a 24 on your ACT, then that adds another $500. So that's around $1,500 per semester. So pretty sweet deal. And then of course, we will also take any Pell into consideration, your lottery scholarships, and we also participate in the Tennessee Promise program. So that is a last dollar scholarship that will help you get to a $0 balance. Walter State has over 40 different clubs on campus, kind of something to get you involved no matter what your major may be. One of our more popular clubs is our Adventurers Club. So our Adventurers Club is a club that may go out and, oh my goodness, they do all kinds of things that I'm too scared to do right now. They go caves, they go snowboarding, they go skiing. They've been to Colorado before. They'll take trips to zip line. We have a hiking and biking trail here at our Morristown campus, frisbee golf at our Sevierville campus. So many different clubs. That's one of our more popular ones, but no matter what your major is, there's a club out there that'll help you get a fit. We also have our Senators Cares Club, and that's a club that's all about community service. It's a great club to get involved in, especially if you're a Tennessee Promise student, because we go together to do community service. So you don't have to necessarily go out there and try to find opportunities on your own. We want to help you and go with you. Big part of Walter State is our athletics. We have men's and women's basketball, golf, baseball, volleyball, softball, cross country. We have 2 national championships. One of those is in baseball and the other one is in golf. So we have some really strong athletic programs if anybody's interested in those. If you have any interest in applying to Walter State, our application is open on our website, just ws.edu. You will select admissions and then you will select apply. We would need any high school transcripts, any test scores that you may have, and then we'll get a copy of your driver's license. You get an acceptance letter within about a week to a week and a half, and it details all of your next steps. Again, we would absolutely love to have you on campus. We are currently conducting campus visits and campus tours. To do that, you can go to ws.edu. You'll select admissions and then campus visits and tours. Now, we are booking individual appointments right now to take you on tour, but we can also do a virtual visit as well. It's just whichever one you're more comfortable with. And we would just love to have you on campus. It's our 50th year, so we would love to have you on campus to celebrate our birthday. Again, my name is Carrie, and you can reach me at 423-585-6858 or Carrie, C-A-R-R-I-E .wilson@ws.edu. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you so much, Carrie. And again, folks, that was Walter State Community College. Next up, we have UT Knoxville.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Can everybody hear me and see my screen okay? All right. Well, thanks for coming tonight. My name is Tyler Llewellyn. I work in the Knoxville office for UT Knoxville, and I'm joined tonight by Kevin Berg, who's in our Memphis office. So he'll be monitoring the chat for me. So I'll start off by just giving you some fast facts about Tennessee's flagship university. We were founded in 1794. And as the state's flagship university, we also have an R1 Carnegie Distinction Classification, which for you means we have a high level of research activity. So anyone can do research and at any level in any major. Even though we're a large school, we still try to keep class sizes small. So we have a 17-to-1 student to faculty ratio, and the majority of our classes, more than 70%, have 30 or less in them. And you'll find that once you get into your major, most of your classes are small as well. When I was at UT, I got my master's and my bachelor's at UT, and the majority of classes in my program had 15 or less in them. So there's a lot of small programs like that at UT as well. We do have the highest retention rates and graduation rates in the state out of public schools. This year we had record enrollment with a little more than 24,000 undergrads. A little more than 19% of our population is minority and underrepresented population. And then more than 600 student organizations, so something for everyone here at UT, and then more than 360 majors, hopefully everything that you could think of. So our majors are housed in our 9 academic colleges that are listed there on your screen. Smaller programs are going to be nursing, social work, communication, information. The College of Arts and Sciences is our largest academic college as well. We do have some competitive programs where you apply to the program and you're reviewed directly by the faculty committee in that academic college. Otherwise, you're reviewed you go through a holistic review by our office. So we don't have minimum requirements for most of our programs. the competitive programs that we have, and my colleague Kevin is going to put a link in the chat about our competitive programs, but they are architecture and design, engineering, nursing, and then music requires an audition. They're in the College of Arts and Sciences. So the application process for UT, there are two ways you can apply to the university. Even if you're not, say you're not a junior yet, but you still want to go ahead and join our mailing list, the VIP website there on your screen and in the chat as well is where you can join our mailing list. But it's one of the ways you can apply to UT through the Common Application. So we're a member of the Common App, like more than 600 schools across the country. And a new part of the process this year, after you submit the application, is going to be the self-reported academic record, or the SAR as we call it. So we are self-reported for grades and test scores. SAR will calculate a core weighted GPA that we use for the review process for all of our academic colleges and for general admission as well. So we do have a required essay on the application. You choose one of 7 prompts. Skipped over the application fee. We do offer fee waivers as well. So if you qualify for free or reduced lunch or an ACT fee waiver, just have your counselor reach out to your UT admissions counselor and we can waive that fee for you. We are pretty sure we're also going to be test optional this fall. Still has to be approved by our faculty senate, but we were test optional this past year, which means you can choose to be reviewed with or without test scores. And then if you choose to be reviewed without test scores, there's an additional essay that you complete. But lots of factors go into our holistic review process, considering the rigor of your curriculum, looking at your leadership, service, and then of course your volunteer work. We are the volunteers after all. Recommendation letters are optional, and then there's also a supporting statement on the application that's optional as well to really help us learn a lot about you. So we don't have minimum requirements for most programs. We get to know our students through the process. I read for my schools that I recruit at, just like Kevin reads for his schools that he recruits at. Here are some important dates for you to remember. Our application will come out in August the 1st of this year. So if you're a junior, that's definitely a date you want to mark on your calendar. Our early action deadline is November the 1st. And I recommend all students apply for this date to be considered for all scholarships and honors programs. And then December the 15th is the deadline for regular admission as well as the competitive scholarship application. So we'll still accept applications through that date. And then you can see May 1st is the date you have until that date to make it official, pay the deposit, and then it reserves your spot for UT. To give you an idea of our costs for the year, these are our tuition and fees. They have not risen in at least 2 years. The Board of Trustees did not increase them. The room and board, that's going to be your housing, your meal plan, your internet, your cable, all your utilities, everything included in that price. But that cost is going to vary depending on which residence hall you pick per year. And this is, of course, is going to be before any scholarships are applied. So here's some information about our scholarships. You can see merit and need-based awards. I think I'm almost out of time. So make sure you fill out your FAFSA because income-based awards are going to be based off your family's income on the FAFSA. We've got lots of tours available on campus and virtually. So check out that website. And then here is mine and Kevin's contact information. And I think I'm out of time, so I will turn it over to Tusculum University.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tyler. So I am going to talk a little bit and make another plug for that Q&A feature while we wait for Tusculum University. Folks, if you would like to ask questions to our representatives, I highly encourage you use that Q&A feature. With that being said, I will turn it over to our rep.
All right, thank you all very much. So my name is Steve Schultz. I'm a senior admissions representative at Tusculum University, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here, tell you a little bit about Tennessee's oldest college. So Tusculum University was founded in 1794, just like UT. We were just a few months before them. And we are listed as one of the nation's most valuable bachelor's degrees. So you can see our website right here, tusculum.edu, and from there you can schedule tours, either virtual or in person. We are only taking one family at a time on our in-person tours, but we have a number of reps and students who can take people around. So we strongly recommend you go there, sign up for a tour, come visit our campus, check out our videos, and then also you can apply to our school for free. You can apply as soon as you have your end of year junior year transcripts. So basically 3 years of high school. And you can apply up until the day classes start for us because we are a rolling admission school. One of the cool things about Tusculum University is we're one of the few civic arts universities left in the nation. So what civic arts means is we have a liberal arts education, over 50 different majors and minors, plus another 100 concentrations. But we also require community involvement, learning how a community actually operates, not just doing community service, but being active in zoning commissions and school boards and local politics and election commissions and all that kind of stuff. So our school was the #1 school in Tennessee for voter turnout this past year. We have been for the past 4 elections, and we're very proud of that. And we also had over 69,000 community service hours last year. And that is impressive considering we only have about 1,400 students on our campus. So that's a big number for us. In addition to all of that, if you guys don't know where we are, we're in beautiful Greenville, Tennessee. All of the schools here are in the prettiest part of America, right up here in East Tennessee, or right in between Knoxville and Johnson City, essentially. And like I said earlier, we are considered one of the most valuable bachelor's degrees in the nation. For the past 2 years, we've been ranked the 12th best bang for your buck out of 3,000 schools surveyed. And that's simply taking our average cost of attendance versus our average starting salary of our graduates. So every single one of our students gets some sort of financial aid. And we do take Tennessee Promise and Tennessee Hope money as well. I said our bachelor's degrees are very valuable, but we also do offer associates in arts and associates in science, both in general studies with concentrations. So you can use some Tennessee Promise money with us as well. In addition to all of that, we have a wonderfully diverse student body. We have students from 38 different states, and actually now it's 35 different countries, because this morning we just accepted a student from Ghana who's committed to Tusculum and a student from Ethiopia who's committed to Tusculum. Both happened this morning. So I'm up to 35 countries now. And then very, very active student body with organizations. We don't do any classes after 3 o'clock, and we don't do classes on Fridays or weekends. So our student organizations, our theater, our government, our music program, and our sports have all have the chance to separate their class time from their practice and rehearsal time. And then speaking of sports, we are an NCAA Division II school. We have 21 different NCAA sports on campus. Plus we also do have cheer and stunt scholarships available. And we have scholarships for band and theater as well. And so if you have any questions about this, you're welcome to check out our athletics website. That's simply TusculumPioneers.com. I'm not allowed to talk about any of those kinds of scholarships because of the NCAA. But we're in the same conferences like Lincoln Memorial and Carson-Newman, who you'll see tonight, and then also schools in Western North Carolina and in upstate South Carolina. So here you see over 50 majors and minors. That total enrollment of nearly 1,700 includes our master's programs. And then next year, we will start offering a new master's program in entrepreneurial leadership, plus our first doctorate program opens next year. But here's our basic list of majors. This hasn't been updated over the last couple weeks. And I say that because we have added physical therapy or pre-physical therapy. We've added theater and we've added music back as majors to our programs. Plus, we also have our independent program of studies. So if you don't see exactly what you want on here, we can create it out of the classes that we currently have. So we offer pretty much anything you'd expect a liberal arts school to offer. In addition to all of that, we do require service learning and internships, and you can start those as early as your sophomore year. And so you could actually have up to 3 years of work experience when you graduate from Tusculum. Plus, every student is required to do some level of research for every single major on campus, from biochemistry all the way to poetry. Everybody's got to do research. And then on top of all of that, this is one of the most supportive schools you will ever see. Our average class size is around 14 students. Our largest class that we had on campus last year had 29 students in it. So you will not get large class sizes. This is the kind of school where you will have your professor's cell phone number. They will know you by your name. They will probably know where you're from, everything about you. And that also means they can learn more about your struggles and what helps you succeed. And what we really appreciate about the school, not just as you can see how beautiful it is, but how much of a family we really are here at Tusculum. So if you do ever have any questions, please feel free. You're welcome to email me at admission@tusculum.edu. You're welcome to visit our website, tusculum.edu, for more information about our scholarships. Like I said, we offer scholarships to every single student. The lowest scholarship you could possibly receive from us is about $6,000. So you will get money from us, and you will be able to get one of the most valuable bachelor's degrees in the entire nation. So with that being said, again, feel free to get a hold of me. Check out tusculum.edu, and I hope you all enjoy today.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us, Steve. Next up, we have Carson-Newman University.
Hi, everyone. My name is Spencer Smith. I am the Assistant Director of Freshman Admissions at Carson-Newman University. I'm going to take a few minutes, a few slides to share with you a little bit about Carson-Newman. So Carson-Newman is a small private Christian university located in Jefferson City. It's about a half hour east of downtown Knoxville, right off of I-40. We have about 1,800 undergraduate students, about a 14-to-1 student to faculty ratio. Average class size sits right around 14. So here at Carson-Newman, we have over 50 different majors to choose from. There's a little bit of something for everyone. I'm going to briefly touch on our most popular and then talk about new programs we have coming. But our most popular programs are education, nursing, and business. Quick fact about each of those: education is now ranked one of the top 5 education programs in the state of Tennessee. Last year, in the middle of the pandemic, we had a 100% job placement. We were really, really thrilled with that. Nursing, as of last fall, we now have one of the top 50 nursing programs in the entire country for the nursing exam pass rate. Past 5 years, we have a pass rate of 99% on them. One person didn't pass it, and then they passed it immediately on their second try. And then the third is business. Our business program is extremely successful. It boasts a 92% job placement rate, with several internship opportunities, its own exclusive job fair, so you can get plugged in early. It's a great program. We are launching a brand new criminology bachelor's degree this fall, so we're very excited about that. One of the programs that we're really looking forward to. And then one other program that I always like to brag about is we have a phenomenal pre-law program. We are now at a 10-year, 100% acceptance rate. So we're kind of excited about that. We get the decade mark, so I always like to talk about it. There's a link right there to the full list of our majors and minors, so feel free to take a look at that, see if we've got what you're looking for. If you have any questions, one of my coworkers, Andrew, he'll be monitoring the Q&A for us. So if you don't see a program or I didn't talk about it, reach out, let us know. Awesome. So a little bit about our application. We did just find out this week we will be test optional for the fall of 2022. We're very excited about that. For 2021, the application is still open. It is free. There's no essay. Like I said, we're test optional. All in all, it takes about 20 minutes to complete. If you have a 2.75 GPA or higher, you will be accepted. No test scores needed. Have between a 2.2 and a 2.75, then you will need to provide some test scores supplement. You're going to get a merit scholarship, which I'll talk about here in just a moment. Those test scores can come in to help you get just a little bit more merit. Like I said, we'll talk about that. But you can get to our application, just admissions.cn.edu/apply, or if you go to our main website, a screenshot of it there, there's a big apply now button. Juniors, our application for 2022 is going to open on August 1, so mark your calendars. I want to include our FAFSA code because that is an important way for whatever school you're looking at. Be sure you file your FAFSA. The FAFSA is going to help you get state aid, federal aid, maybe certain institutional scholarships that are dependent on that FAFSA. So be sure to file that. Opens on October 1st. Go to Carson-Newman's code right there, 003481. So definitely be sure to file that pretty quickly. Speaking of financial aid, Carson-Newman being a private school, the first thing you always think of is, well, private school is way too expensive. I'd love to kind of show you a little bit about how Carson-Newman is affordable for everyone. I was an out-of-state student when I went to Carson-Newman, so trust me, I needed all the financial aid I could get without any help from Tennessee, and it was affordable for me. So the first thing I'd like to talk about is we take all state and federal aid. That includes grants such as the federal Pell Grant, federal SEOG grant. Tennessee aid, such as the TSAA grant, the HOPE. And like Steve mentioned, we can also use Tennessee Promise money as well. If you have any interest in that, reach out and we can chat about that. Do want to talk about some freshman merit scholarships. That's pretty important. So every single accepted student gets a scholarship to Carson-Newman right away. If you submit your GPA, and you are accepted, you're guaranteed to get between $6,000 and $10,000 every single year. If you submit test scores, you can get up to $14,000 a year. That's half the tuition right off just for you. We do need all test scores submitted by January 31st of your senior year to be able to see what you thought. I want to include some of our additional scholarship programs before we get to my favorite slide about financial. We have so many different scholarships on it. To touch on a couple, we are a Division II school, so we have athletic scholarships. But we also have, we have a fishing scholarship. We have music scholarships, math scholarships. If your mom or your dad went to Carson-Newman, there's a scholarship for you. If your mom or your dad worked full-time in ministry, Carson-Newman Christian University, we want to help out there too. That's another automatic scholarship. There's a lot of these, and the cool thing is there's no limit to how many of these you can stack up. You might get a little too busy, but you have the opportunity to do that if you choose to. Several different scholarship programs. If you see any you're interested in, drop them in the chat. Andrew will be sure to get you some information. I've talked a lot about the affordability of Carson-Newman. I'm starting to wrap up, but something cool about Carson-Newman is 1 out of every 5 freshmen this year in 2020 did not pay for tuition. Completely covered by a combination of state grants, federal grants, and Carson-Newman. I'm almost out of time, so let me touch on this. Basically, when you fill out your FAFSA, if you have a 0 expected family contribution, you're eligible for the Tennessee Hope Scholarship, and you file by the TSAA grant deadline, your tuition is going to be covered. As long as those conditions don't change, it should be covered all 4 years. Last thing, campus tours every day. cn.edu/visit, 10 a.m., 2 p.m. We'd love to have you. Thank you so much. Let me know if I can answer any questions for you.
Thank you, Spencer. So our last school to present is going to be East Tennessee State University.
Okay, thank you all again for being here. Hopefully everyone can see my screen. I know my name is Hunter White, and I am an admissions counselor here at East Tennessee State University, and I'm going to provide you with a pretty quick overview of ETSU. So we're going to touch on our different colleges and majors that we offer here at ETSU. We're going to go over the application process. We'll talk a little bit about residential and campus life and how to get involved on campus, as well as our tuition and fees, and touch a little bit on scholarships as well. So right off the bat, you can see we have nearly 15,000 students, but we have an average class size of 23. So we really believe that we have the sweet spot of medium to large size university with all the resources that you're going to find at a large university, Division I athletics, over 250 student organizations, just about anything you can find in terms of resources. We have $250 million in ongoing construction, so we're constantly updating and improving the campus. But we also have a small college feel with that 15-to-1 student faculty ratio. And you really are going to have small class sizes when you get into your major classes. So these are our 10 different colleges. We have over 150 academic programs. So as I mentioned, we really do believe that we have a major for every student. So starting off, we have our College of Business and Technology. This houses all of our business majors like economics and finance, marketing and management, accounting. This also houses things like engineering technology, as well as digital media and computing. Computing has kind of caught a lot of attention from students lately with our latest concentration that we added, which is cybersecurity. It's a high demand field, so we've got a lot of students looking to come to ETSU and major in computing with a concentration in cybersecurity. Next, we have our Clemmer College. This is our College of Education. So ETSU was founded over 100 years ago as a teacher's college. So we've been doing education for a long time. We have elementary education, secondary education, physical education, special education, and most of those go up to the PhD level. Next, we have our College of Arts and Sciences. This is our largest college on campus. This houses all of our sciences, obviously, like biology, chemistry, physics. This is also where music and theater live. This is also the college that gives away the most departmental money as far as scholarships go. We also just built a brand new Martin Center for the Arts. It's a $55 million center for the arts that has, it's just an awesome facility for our students to show off their talents in terms of theater and music. Then we're moving on to our College of Nursing. We're the largest college of nursing in the state of Tennessee. For the traditional nursing program, we have 85 seats available in the fall and spring. So a lot of opportunity to join our nursing program. Then we have our College of Clinical and Rehabilitative Health Sciences. This has majors like dental hygiene, cardiopulmonary science, nutrition, other majors like that. You can major just in health sciences if you're looking to go into a health career field. Then we have our College of Pharmacy, ranked top 25 in the nation for colleges of pharmacy. It is completely freestanding, which means it doesn't receive state support. It's completely community supported, and it's been around for a long time. Next, we have our College of Public Health. We are the oldest College of Public Health in the state of Tennessee. So we have majors like public health, epidemiology. We have a concentration of public health that actually ends up enrolling you into the Peace Corps. So that's an option that students will choose to go. Then we have our Honors College that can really offer a robust academic experience. Most of their programs come with some form of scholarship to help support the student as well. Then we have our Quillen College of Medicine, which is ranked 6th in the nation for rural medicine and family practice. And then finally, our College of Graduate and Continuing Studies for students looking to go on beyond the bachelor's level. As far as becoming a Buccaneer, if you're a freshman or looking to become a freshman, you're high school junior or senior, you'll need to go on our website and fill out the online application. There is a $25 application fee for that. The application for next year will open up towards the end of July, beginning of August, much like some of our other schools. Again, there's a $25 application fee. You'll fill it out, pay the fee, send in your high school transcript and your test scores. If you have a 2.3 GPA or a 19 ACT, you'll be admitted within 3 to 5 days of us receiving your documents. Then we also, if you're looking to live on campus, we have 10 residence halls available. So definitely come for a tour. We're doing tours every day right now, 4 different times a day, so that we can kind of spread out the families across the course of the day. Go to etsu.edu/visit to learn about that. Next, we'll get to our tuition and fees. So for an in-state student, you're looking at $9,500 for a year of classes. That's based on 15 credit hours each of your first 2 semesters. And then 92% of our students receive financial aid. So $9,500 is the raw number. And then all of your financial aid, everything that's in your financial aid package will come off of that. If you're looking to live on campus, then it'll be around $18,000, $19,000 for the year. And again, come and visit campus. We'd love to give you guys some more information. And thank you all for joining us this evening.
Great, Hunter. Thank you so much for joining us. And at this point, we're going to have a quick Q&A, and I'd love to welcome back all of our panelists so that we can get these answers for our audience. And then we'll start off with Lincoln Memorial University. And the first question is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process?
Well, first off, that is a great question, and I'm sure everyone would agree with me, is take a step back. Don't get overwhelmed. Please feel free to call us, email us, ask us any questions that you may have. No question is too silly. Visit. We're all doing campus tours. We are doing in person and we're doing virtual. So come visit. Just take a day, come visit, and we will meet with you, chat with you, give you an idea of your degree plans, costs, the whole thing. That is my biggest advice to anyone that's just looking to start this process. Just don't get overwhelmed. Just come and visit and have a chat.
Awesome. Thank you, Candace. Next up, we have Walter State Community College.
Well, I definitely agree with Candace. I think one of the best things that you can do is go for a campus visit and just kind of fill out and see if you feel that that school is a fit for you. Also, don't be shy. Be comfortable to ask questions. Your college representatives or your guidance counselors, even at high school, are more than happy to assist you. So don't be intimidated by the process. Just let us know your questions and we'll help you get through it.
Awesome. Thank you, Carrie. Next up, we have UT Knoxville.
Yeah, similar to what the others said, I definitely want to say do your research. So visiting schools is the best part, I would say, of choosing colleges, but always apply to several different schools. I tell students that you never know what your first choice in college is going to be your second semester of your senior year. It could change, especially once you see the financial aid and scholarship package. And don't let the sticker price scare you, because in the beginning, that could change come, say, February of your senior year. So do your research and apply to as many schools as your bank account will allow.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have Tusculum University.
Yeah, thank you. I'll be a little bit more practical. Check your email. Please check your email all the time. That's how we mostly communicate with you. That's how scholarship people communicate with you. That's how guidance counselors communicate with you. And I'd say about 3/4 of the students we talk to do not ever check their email. So please do that. Also, when you do go visit with friends, because it makes every campus a little less intimidating. So if you can get together a group of people, you'll make a better decision if you are less intimidated by the place. And then lastly, just apply for every scholarship you find, whether you qualify or not, because they can't take money away from you. So those are the 3 big ones for me. And just have fun.
Awesome. And then up next, we have Carson-Newman University.
Yeah, so when I'm working with my students, I've been in admissions for a little over 4 years now. I always tell my students to look at 3 different kinds of fits. So find a school that fits your academic. You want that good academic fit. You want a good campus life fit, and you also want a financial. Our goal is not to trick you into spending money on our university. Our goal is to help you make sure you're making the right decision for your future. So having those 3 filters in mind when you go through the process, in my mind, just makes it a little easier.
Great. Thank you, Spencer. And then last but not least, we have East Tennessee State University.
Yeah, I'll just kind of echo what everyone else has been saying. If you have specific career goals, then maybe start with the major. Make sure that the college that you're looking at has the major that would line up with those career goals. And then, of course, get on campus. You have to come visit, make sure it's a place that you're comfortable in. Make sure it has all the things that might be on your checklist for college when you visit. As Steve said, bring some friends. It'll make the experience more enjoyable, less intimidating, and just make sure to do your research, apply for all the scholarships you can. A lot of students that apply to East Tennessee State will apply after all the scholarship deadlines are over. So you want to make sure to apply early, get in so you can get that academic money, get as much scholarship money as you can to help you pay for school.
Fantastic. Thank you, Hunter. So we are running out of time right now, but I definitely want to get to one more question. So we're going to do a rapid round right now and go in the same order. And this one's a little more fun to get to understand what is culture life on campus. So first school up is going to be Lincoln Memorial University. And the question is, what is your favorite event or tradition on campus?
So my favorite event will always be our welcome weekend. It's just when all of our students come back from that summer and we just have the biggest block party you can imagine. Everybody gets to know each other, or they're seeing their old friends coming back from summer vacation. It is a blast. A lot of good food, good times, a lot of fun games. It is by far my favorite tradition that we have on campus every single year.
Awesome. Thank you, Candace. Next up, we have Walter State Community College.
Well, I definitely think food and fun always equal a good time. So one of my favorite ones we actually do too, we have a fall festival and we have a spring fling. Both of those include food and usually free ice cream. And there's always fun. There's always a Dunkin' booth. So I always look forward to both of those. It's a toss up. I'm going to say the fall festival this time though, because I've been saying the spring, and the fall is actually a pretty good time when I reflect on it. So those are definitely, it's a close tie.
You can never go wrong with free food in college. Next up, we have UT Knoxville.
So unfortunately, mine doesn't involve food, but it's still my favorite tradition. So it's torch night during Welcome Week at UT. It's been a tradition since 1929. And it's where the senior class symbolically passes on the torch of preparation to the freshmen. And you meet or hear from several important people on campus, like the chancellor, Smokey, our mascot's there. But it's a great way to feel included and welcome during the first week, especially at a large university. And it's just a really special time during Welcome Week.
Thank you, Tyler. Next up, we have Tusculum University.
I think you could have expected that mine does involve food. So Tusculum University is home to the one of the two state trees of Tennessee. It's the old oak. She's 300 years old, and we have a festival every year just to her. So our little school of about 1,400 students has about 15,000 visitors that week. So it's food trucks, it's musicians, bands, all kinds of activities. Students write plays that we perform that weekend. That's our favorite tradition and by far our biggest event.
Awesome. Next up, we have Carson-Newman University.
My favorite tradition is definitely mud ball. We've been doing it for about 40 years. We dig out a big mud pit and we play mud volleyball for about 12 hours on a Saturday. I like to call it March Mudness. It's a terrible joke, but it helps me remember it. That's my favorite tradition by far.
Awesome. Thank you, Spencer. And then we're going to wrap this up with East Tennessee State University.
I would say for me, intramural sports. I was huge in intramural sports when I was on campus, but that gives any student on campus the ability to get together with a group of friends, make a team, and join a dodgeball league or a kickball league or flag football or softball. And if your team, and there's different levels of competition, you can be in a competitive division or recreational division, and they have a middle ground division as well. And the tradition is if your team does win, everyone gets a custom t-shirt that says intramural champion for that year, and their picture goes up in the CPA, which is our Center for Physical Activity, for the entire year. So it's awesome bragging rights, and it's a good way to take your mind off of academics and feed those competitive juices.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Hunter. So folks, we are out of time, but I do want to take a minute and thank our panelists for being here and sharing all the fantastic things about their institutions, and also the audience for taking the time to just explore your options beyond high school. But with that being said, last closing remarks. Once you close this window, there's going to be a very quick 4-question survey, and we'd appreciate any feedback that you could provide. Also, there's more sessions to be offered, so sign up for more. And last but not least, in about a week, as I mentioned at the beginning, you can find this recording at stripescan.com/Tennessee. Thank you so much, everybody, and have a great day.